Right, and Cole, last time, we asked you questions as like an introduction. So I'm just going to go straight into it, yeah?
Alright, go on in.
Do you think Arsenal will win the league?
I think they will,
You do think they will?
but
Done.
it's not.
Cut it.
But it's not going to be straightforward. And the reason why I think they will, so I think they're playing Man City next week. Man City will beat them.
Yeah. Plus they've got a game in hand as well.
Man City might even then beat Burnley, and technically they go top on goal difference by that point.
Yeah.
But I think Man City are still going to drop points.
Do ya?
Yeah, it's not obviously. We've
Do you
seen,
think because
we've seen in the past that
Have you,
when
seen, have you seen Arsenal's April record over the past 5 years?
I have seen it,
1 win.
but it's Mason.
That's mad, isn't it?
No, I have seen it, and it's not even a case of thinking Arsenal are too good. I just think Man City are still going to drop points.
I don't know. I think Man
I-
City doing that thing.
and
where
I
they find
want
the rhythm.
I want
Yeah.
Man City to win it, and I hope they do. But I just think Arsenal have come so far now. It's almost like if they don't do it, then
Can I just ask you another question while you're on that
go on.
path line? Do you think that Pep has an advantage being a serial winner and knowing that he can do it? He's done in these situations before where he has come out on top and won the Premier League. And do you think Arteta doesn't believe in his squad as much as he? And do you think that will play a part as well? Because like Jordan just said, in April, Arteta's form hasn't been the best, and he's doing these stupid things right now, like these pen games. He's putting TikTok videos up in the training ground with like edits of them, like, calling the players out, saying how good they are, just trying to get some motivation. That wouldn't strike belief in me as a player. If I was playing for him, thinking, why is he doing all this? Does he not believe in me? Whereas Pep, he's been down this road before.
Yeah, well, you said does Arteta believe in his squad? He does, but I don't know if his squad believes in him.
I don't think they do.
He's got one COVID cup, hasn't he? I'm not
Well,
taking it
yeah,
away.
no.
It wasn't even his squad either.
No, you're right. And listen, this thing about Arsenal, talk about bottling and all that. History shows, that is what happened, and that's what has happened. And until they do it, you're not going to believe they can do it. And that's the same for them. It's like if I was in that squad, I'm not going to believe we're going to win it until we've won it. The problem is the Arsenal fans.
But I think that's the difference. I think that's the difference. I think Man City do have that.
That mentality.
We can win this.
Pep has it, but how many players in that squad? Look at all of the new players that are in that haven't done it yet as such.
They've got no experience, Arsenal. They haven't got a winner in their squad. If you think about it, who currently in their squad is a winner? They haven't got that.
Depends what you mean by winner.
but
As much as you say winner,
a serial winner. Someone who's been around the block a bit. That's what I think they're missing. They haven't got that in the heart of the midfield or at the back. They haven't got someone who knows how to control that mentality.
It does play a part. It does play a part. But let's say next week Arsenal go to Man City and play for the draw.
Which they will.
And
they did it at Liverpool and they lost.
But they play for the draw and they get the draw. Then what? Everyone shuts up and go, okay, Arsenal have won it.
I don't know. I don't think that will suit Pep. I think.
Well, Arsenal playing for the draw. I don't think it would, because you've seen years down the line they've gone there and got the draw by playing for the draw.
I just feel like maybe with how Arsenal are performing at the minute, and how, because Man City look like Man City again. Don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I feel like if you're Arsenal now, you'd be open for another West Ham or Fulham, like the games they've got.
Yeah,
and they haven't got the pressure as well of someone breathing down
West
your
Ham.
neck.
They've got West Ham away. West Ham are looking okay.
But this the thing though. It depends on West Ham's position by then. If West Ham are clear of the team we're going to talk about later.
But that's
If that is the case for West
they
Ham,
haven't got anything to play for, bro. They're even more calmer.
No. I think if West Ham need
They've
to
got
win,
nothing
they
to
will
play
win.
for.
No.
They haven't got nothing
The
to
way
play
West Ham
for.
have been the past couple of weeks, it's because it's do or die.
And they're in London.
And if
they're gonna want to.
If they're playing Arsenal and they have to win, I think they can win. But if they don't have to win, I don't see why they would win.
I'd like to think.
Here we go.
I'd like to think that the relegation scrap isn't going to be like that. I think I'd like to think that West Ham are going to need to fight for points still.
Yeah.
I'd like to think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and if I've looking at the fixtures, I think that's probably a game I do see Arsenal potentially dropping points. But outside of that, and
I don't
losing
know.
to Man
Palace
City,
at the last game of the season as well. That could be a bit of a banana skin.
What are Palace fighting for?
Exactly.
To
But
finish
I just
12th?
think, I'll just think
Mid-table.
they've got nothing to play for again.
No, because
And-
I think
And it could be like
Then it's got 1-0 written all over it.
because Crystal Palace
I don't know, man.
have decided to show up against Fiorentina, aren't they?
Mm.
So if they have
Yeah.
a good run, like you say, they're gonna finish. They've got nothing to play for.
Yeah.
They might just be like, right, just throw. I'm not like, if you were the owners of Crystal Palace, right, and you're in the final of the Conference League, and you sorted, are you gonna play a strong team against Man City? And Man City are fighting for it. So
No.
But you speak about European football, so I want to go on to Arsenal on that actually, because
Yeah,
I think
so-
a big reason why they're actually probably off form right now is because they don't just go, it's the Premier League, let's focus on the Premier League or Champions League. I think all this quadruple talk, when they were obviously in the
Man
final,
City can still win a treble.
Yeah,
they can.
They're still on for
but I think
domestic.
all that talk for Arsenal, I think that got to their head so much that they flopped the final, Carabao Cup, they flopped against Southampton, and now they're in a case of maybe the fans are going, oh, still win a double.
But this is the thing.
They can't be thinking Champions League and Premier League. They just need to focus on one, in my opinion.
But this is the thing for me. I think that this is the difference that it's like I don't, and I'm not just saying this. I genuinely, and we've had this conversation. I genuinely don't consider the Invincibles a great Premier League team.
Nah.
Neither do I, to
Because
be
I
honest.
think if you name the great teams, they're the teams that do, like Man United 08, Man United 99, the
Chelsea
treble-
05.
yeah, you know, they're winning multiple things. I'm not just saying it because
Yeah.
it's Arsenal. I'm trying to throw shade.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I'm generally not.
Even
if they
this
were a good
current
team,
Arsenal team.
if they were a
ain't
good team,
really-
if they won the FA Cup as well, let's say,
Mm.
or even a League Cup, do you know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
I say, it's the thing of they have nothing to focus on, so you put it all into one thing. I'm not taking anything away. A Premier League title is a Premier League title. Doing it
Yeah.
Invincible,
Yeah.
no one ever done it.
Yeah.
But if you were to make yourself like a top 10 now, I wouldn't.
Best teams to win the Premier League.
Yeah, you'd say they would. I'd say Leicester above that team.
Oh, 100%. I think more so
Well, I mean,
because
that's-
given the
That's
position they was
debatable, I
in.
think. But I agree.
Give-
The Invincibles are not like as great as
But the
as
thing that
their
people don't realise,
targets.
again, like, I am genuinely not taking it away from them, but they drew 14 games.
Yeah, no, this is why I agree. I don't think they are as great as people say. Like they're not one of the
Yeah.
all-time great teams in that
They're great
in that
players.
regard.
They're great players, but
But obviously, it's like, for example, yeah. So in that season, the game at Old Trafford where Van Nistelrooy had a penalty,
Keown.
90th minute, and he's hit the bar.
Keown went on a mad
That
one.
was disgusting.
If that goes in, then what? Then they haven't
Yeah.
gone on invincible, and there's no talk of them at all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's them small margins where that's happened. They end
I
up
mean,
going on a big win.
Can I just
big
like
run.
genuinely? Does it mean anything?
No, absolutely not.
No.
No, especially when you look at the fact that you could go invincible and still not win the league.
100%.
Of course, yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
draw every
So
single game.
there we
Single
are.
game, yeah.
And
if
just the
anything,
fact
you
that
could be in a
isn't-
relegation battle and draw every game.
The fact that isn't the
And be
points
unbeatable.
record, like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's when you go. There are teams that are obviously
I
better.
think it's more impressive, like by Leverkusen's. The thing is with Arsenal, it was Man United Arsenal. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why
Yeah.
it's not like by Leverkusen again. Well, I think Leicester, because Leicester just come out of nowhere. They were nearly relegated this year
Yeah.
before, come out of
Yeah.
nowhere, done it. Blackburn. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Blackburn was sort of in and around it when they won it, weren't they? But,
Yeah, flying around.
Do you know what I mean? They're the sort of teams. I'm not taking anything away again from Arsenal, but I think.
And I think as well with
I just
how
feel,
they're playing.
I still feel they haven't recruited. I've said this before. I think their recruitment's awful.
Yeah, they've got no.
currently.
Yeah, I do as well. Gyökeres is a bad signing.
Gyökeres is
Eze-
a bad
I
signing.
agree with
Eze
that.
hasn't really. I mean, he scored a couple of goals against Tottenham. But
Eze,
what else has he really
why are
done?
you signing Eze?
I
Why
think-
are you going there? I'm not saying he should have come to us, but why are you going to Arsenal?
If
when
you
you're
look at
just
who
gonna be
they've-
a bench? He signed Madueke at the start of the season.
I think that's their best signing so far. Though.
So
But
yeah,
but
I
that's-
even mean that wasn't a great
Zubimendi's
signing,
been
though.
good as
But
well,
what
to
I
be
mean
fair.
is,
But
what
I
I'm
think
saying-
Madueke's been good.
No, what I
considering.
was trying to say is that Madueke was the player that he wanted. You know what I mean? He got them at the start of the season, didn't
Yeah.
he? At the start of the transfer window, sorry. You know, Eze was just like a last minute thing because.
It's a panic buy, I think.
Yeah.
But they
And
could
then
have
with
they could
Gyökeres-
have got Semenyo though instead of
But
Madueke. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think
and that
if-
would have been.
I think if with Gyökeres as well, like I've said to you, I think if when Isaac had turned around and said I want to leave Newcastle, I would have
Yeah.
fucking down tools and said, look, I
Yeah.
appreciate that we were going to come for you, but we're not now.
Yeah.
You know, it's just none of it made sense. Like why you need. It says a lot, right? When Kai Havertz was injured and Kai Havertz, of all people, your manager's come back saying, "Can't wait to get him back." You've got the next best thing. You know, he won the Gerd Muller.
Yeah, but I mean, in fairness to Gyökeres, he's still got, what, 18, 20 goals this season? In all comps, and
In all comps,
you can,
yeah, 14 or
he scored-
15.
he scored-
15
and
in the
yeah,
league.
you look at the odds, but it's still, it's not
15
like
in the
he's
league.
coming
That
down
ain't
to
too
nothing,
bad.
and he's scoring against the lesser teams as we suspected he
he's
would do.
A couple of tap-ins.
But we were there, the pub
But
that day. You
as
were
we
there.
suspected, that's how it
not
would be
what's gonna win you the
anyway.
league. That's not going to win. Bagging a hat trick against Leeds when you win 5-0 isn't going to win your league title.
Can I just backtrack? You saying about the Arsenal Invincibles, about how it weren't the greatest. Where, if let's say, for instance, Arsenal was to win the league this season, where would that team go down?
This season, it's Arsenal.
Yeah, that ain't
Terrible.
even.
Well, the fact
that
that
ain't even in
the
the-
fact
I
that
think that's
halfway
probably the
through the
worst.
season, people are comparing them, saying
I
how
think
do they
this-
come up against the all-time great teams.
This
I
would
think
be the worst.
that's where it's already gone wrong.
I think this team would be one of the worst teams to ever win the Premier League.
I listened to him
It's
on.
boring football. It's all relied on set piece. It's very bland, very back and forward. It's the look. I don't even know how to put it nicely, but they just look a bit shit playing. It's not. I don't look forward to watching Arsenal
No,
play football.
I seen him.
I think it's boring, mate.
Tom Garrett said on pitch side that they are. And he was like, no offense to it because a league's a league, but he said this will be the worst team to win a Premier League.
100%, yeah, 100%.
No, I don't disagree
But
with that.
football, I've said as well. I think football in general this season has been a bit poor. Like
I don't know.
everybody's off. Do you know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
I mean-
I know what you're saying, but
Barcelona don't really look that good. I mean, Bayern Munich. I mean,
I was just about to say.
they're hitting their stride now.
I was just about to say Bayern Munich
PSG,
and
PSG is still
quite
very
still
good, but
good, yeah.
PSG don't look as good as they did last season.
I thought they could look good last night against Liverpool.
But they've had Lens and that
One-
chasing down
yeah.
them in all season. I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? They're not the same PSG.
You
They
have-
were very, very good. Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from last night's result, but what I'm saying is they still weren't. They're still not the PSG.
But you don't.
Would- if-
you don't always have to be to that level to win, though. Do you know
No,
what I mean?
I get
and
that.
same with Arsenal. They don't have to be 100%
Yeah, but that's
to
what
win.
I'm saying. And now I'm thinking if you bottle another season where football's been that poor, this is the difference between like Leicester. That was another bottle season in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leicester's season's been.
There was a bottle season, but Leicester carried on that momentum, carried on going, whereas Arsenal haven't.
Yeah, I mean, the last question I want to ask you on Arsenal, to be fair. Arteta, if he does finish second again, that would be 4 seasons in a row finishing second. Do you think that you've got to pull the plug on it then?
Well, going into the season, I thought if they don't win anything, it's surely going to leave. It surely has to go. And given how far clear they were, if they don't win it, whether it's him deciding it or whether the club decide, I think they should probably move on. Because if you don't win it now, when
exactly.
will he win it?
Because
Man City
was the perfect
Man
time
City
for
are
him to
only
win.
getting better. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can even argue Man United are getting better. Like Chelsea have got a young squad. Liverpool probably get a new manager next season.
Chelsea ain't doing anything with Rossi, you know.
Nah.
Oh no, they
Not
definitely
a
get
chance,
someone
not a
else.
chance.
He's gone at the end of the season,
not a
isn't he?
chance. But he come out to be fair, and he had a good point. I seen a thing, and it was Graham Potter, and he was turning around saying, "Look, I didn't have that time." When you look at Mikel Arteta, he didn't.
He's been
He
given
come
a
in.
chance,
He's
yeah.
been given a chance. Jurgen Klopp was given a chance.
Yeah.
He said, "I just want that chance," and it
Yeah.
was Graham Potter was saying, "I didn't get that chance," and then it cut to Rossini saying the same thing, like, "I just need a chance."
I think Enzo Maresca as well. He didn't really get a chance if you think
They
about
should
it.
have
but
kept
that's
him.
his
I mean,
own.
he-
Yeah,
that was
his own
that was
fault.
sacked for different reasons.
Yeah,
as well.
sabotage, that is.
Yeah, I know.
You can't come out and go, "The board is shit."
Yeah, but they are.
But you can't say that. It happened with who else did it as well?
Amorim did it,
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was asking for it though. He wanted to be.
And so don't
He
sack him for
weren't going
going
to quit
to Wolves.
because
sack
he
him for
knows
doing
how
that.
much money he would have fucking had. He was waiting on a big payout, so he was never.
Yeah, but
leaving.
are they? I mean, you say that, but are they?
Yeah.
Do they? Because ultimately they want to match
100%. What would you do, Roy? If I
Ultimate-
told
no,
you you got to
because-
stay here for
no,
6
no,
years,
no,
but if you leave, you can't get 10 mil.
no. So Almiron gets all that money if he sees out the remainder of his contract. If he gets hired tomorrow, then he doesn't get his money. It doesn't work like that.
No, you get a payout. No.
No, you get the remainder of your contract until you.
He's still getting
you
paid.
get a week.
But if he gets another managerial job,
Alright, so what happened with Pardrew, right, when he got given a 9-year contract with Newcastle?
I don't think it works like that. I don't think you get.
He got paid out, no?
I don't know.
Because I remember
I don't
seeing it in the papers
so.
about how he got a big
I getting
payout.
like 13 million or something. Like that.
Something
I think
stupid,
so,
yeah.
But I mean, you'd imagine it's different for every manager and depends what's in the contract, isn't
That's
it?
what I've seen. I remember seeing a thing with Almiron saying that he's getting paid by United until he gets another club. Sorry.
Klopp.
Another club. he's effectively on gardening leave, isn't he?
Yeah. So as I take it then, you're having Arsenal to win.
I mean, I do, but I say it loosely because I don't believe in Arsenal. I don't believe in them fully, but I do think that both teams are going to drop points from now on
Yeah.
to the
All
end
I
of the
know
season,
is-
and it's potentially just going to be enough for them.
What about the Champions League then? If you think they're going to win the league, do you think they're going to go far in the Champions League?
No, I mean they might get to the final, but they've got no chance to get.
This is being recorded the same day they're playing
Yeah,
against Sporting Lisbon in the second leg, by the way.
All I know
They'll
is,
be
can I
all right
just-
tonight, I think.
can I-
But there's no way they beat PSG, Bayern Munich, or Real Madrid
No,
in the final. Atletico, they've got a chance. It just depends because Atletico will be home for the first leg. If Atletico blow them away,
I think
might
all
be
I
too
know.
much,
I think they
but-
would.
All
Yeah.
I know is if Arsenal bottle the quadruple, then it's going to make relegation a little bit easier.
Let's have a quick chat about that. I think we just need to say.
Nah.
Well, it's not you really. It's Cole we need to ask. Cole's the guest. So Cole, that's you talk on Arsenal. Now let's flip on the other side of North London.
oh god,
So Tottenham have just lost to Sunderland 1-0, yeah? Now, before the weekend started, you had West Ham who put them in the relegation zone. But before that game, would you say Tottenham still had a chance, or do you still think they had a chance?
they still had a chance then. They've still got a chance
So,
now.
what do you mean? What are you saying? Like we're already
But-
relegated? There's like 3 points
But
separate.
I'm just
It
saying
is,
because
but-
a lot of people's opinions did change after the West Ham game. That's all, and the Sunderland game. That's what.
Yeah, but the Sunderland game, did you watch the Sunderland game? It
Yeah,
was
I
a
did.
it was a shit game of football, and it
the
was
goal you
a,
conceded
a
just
shit
shows.
fluky goal.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that goal's like a fake goal. It's just it's like it's meant to happen in my opinion now.
I think, don't know.
So yeah, Cole.
Bentancur, I think I've said, and you can,
Yeah.
okay, well I'll tell you what I think as a Tottenham fan, and you can tell me if you know
Okay.
me. I think when you watch us, the big problem Tottenham's got is that like, you know, the holding number 6 role.
Bentancur.
Okay.
When you see a lot of the goals, there's, you know, from the I've said to him, from the penalty spot to the halfway line, there's like a fucking gaping hole. Arsenal exposed it twice. Eze got a goal, and Gyökeres, to be fair, he took it really well.
He done well,
He
yeah.
that goal was really well.
I was just saying, he scores against smaller teams, doesn't he?
Threw him off now.
The Nottingham Forest game, it was the same. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously. And then again with Sunderland's goal, he picked the ball up and he just ran into that. He took a deflection, but he just really ran.
It was so freaky how.
And it's like we've got Benton. I'm like, oh god, I was so excited because Bentancur's coming back. That says a lot about your season when you're excited for fucking Bentancur's coming back. But I feel like he's experienced and he can do that role coming back into it. Bergvall and Archie Gray. I mean, I like both of them, but they're not holding midfield.
Yeah,
He's got to get back up to fitness as well, though, Bentancur. I mean, you don't really want to chuck him in the arse end.
Yeah.
And
Do it.
because I'm just about to say, your injury list isn't really the best this year. So whoever seems to be getting your players back fit ain't doing a fucking good job.
Have you
So
seen the thing
look
where-
at Kudus, mate.
have you
You
seen-
said to me the other day, Kudus is back. Kudus is out again.
Injured, yeah, I know.
Getting surgery.
I thought that would be a pick me up for him because he was our best player. But I've seen a thing as well. Do you know that Kulevetsky's been injured for longer than
Christian Eriksen
was? Christian
Yeah.
Eriksen died and came back before Kulevetsky.
And James
And it
Maddison.
was like Kulevetsky's little knee problem.
Yeah, and James Maddison.
Well, James Maddison tore his ACL. You can't. That's just a season on
Yeah.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the issue with Tottenham at the moment is that it's technically
We're
out of their
shit.
hands right now. I think obviously Leeds won at Old Trafford. That's doing you no favours. Leeds have got 2 favourable fixtures coming up as well.
West Ham
They got
We've got to
Well,
play him. Have we got to play him?
You've got to play Leeds, yeah,
You've got to
but,
play Leeds,
but you're going to
yeah.
make a point where Leeds are probably on 40 points by then,
Yeah.
and then it's like
But the thing
they
is,
could afford to drop
I
points.
think the next 2 games as well are crucial.
they've
Because
got
you've
the
got
FA Cup
Brighton.
coming.
so
as well,
next game
haven't
is Brighton. It's De Zerbi against his old club.
they?
Yeah.
At home.
You got to think, yeah. So De
It's not
Zerbi,
really the
when De
best
Zerbi
place
went
to
into
view at the moment.
when De Zerbi went into Brighton, he didn't win his first 6 games. in
No,
charge.
they didn't.
Yeah,
no.
but we
He
hasn't really had good starts
You,
anywhere,
what, you don't have
anyway.
that time.
Yeah.
Another thing about De Zerbi, yeah, you typically hire him for a start of play. You wouldn't hire him for a relegation scrap.
No.
And right now, who cares about the style of football? Focus on next season. If you stay up, then you can think about the fans can say,
I
"Oh,
would
we
have
want
had
nice,
Sam
pretty
Allardyce
football."
in for the fucking.
Well,
Sean Dyche
This-
was on the
so
on
that's
the
why I
cards.
worry about the appointment because can he have the instant impact, especially
The
when
problem-
all his half his
but-
players are injured, who he'd probably want to
The
play
problem
anyway.
is with what I was seeing was they were the conversation of Sean Dyche and people like that were in it, but he's
Yeah.
turning around and going, I don't want to come in for 6. You want me?
Yeah.
I want. And I think Sean Dyche apparently was saying 8 rumours. I don't know what's true, but
Yeah.
apparently he was saying I'll do it, but I want an 18-month contract.
Yeah,
Getting
fair enough though, isn't it?
somebody in that can turn it around and saying, listen, we like the idea of Poch again. De Zerbi's free as well. We like him. He wants to come in. So we just need you to save us, and then we're going to fuck you off.
See, that's what I thought you would. That's the plan. What was going to happen? I thought you
But
were going to
no,
get someone in short term, and then get Poch.
Yeah, but this is the argument. This is what I'm saying to you. What manager's going to turn around and go, yeah, I'll do that. They're going to go, no, I want to. Well, yeah, they're going to go, no, I want to stay. I want, like I say, Dodge was saying, I want an 18-month contract.
Yeah, it's. I know what you mean.
I think tomorrow's a big day for you because Forest are playing Porto. If Forest go through there, they're in the semi-finals of Europa League.
Well, this is the same thing I'm hoping with Leeds.
So, well, I mean, Leeds is just the FA Cup. They're already going to have played their two league games before that. Anyway,
before, I think that Man
but
United game would have
but I do
been
think with Forest, that's probably the best chance in terms of Tottenham overlapping someone. It would be probably Forest.
No, because I have this theory that I've said to him. Any team that are in and around the relegation scrap, when they're in a major competition towards the final, they always go down. Wigan, Birmingham,
Portsmouth.
All these teams that have got to they've got to the final, they've gone down. Watford when they got dicked 5-0 by Man City in the final, did they go down?
No, I don't think they did. I think they stayed up. Because Troy Deeney went to the Emirates and they beat them at Arsenal's ground, and he said, "I'm not that old, you cheeky bastard." On the last game of the season, so remember.
But yeah, so I think
I don't think it was long after that.
I think that. So in my head, I'm thinking hopefully that theory carries over.
I guess so. I just think Leeds, that win they got on Monday, I think that's
I was
really
just about to say,
put them.
West Ham winning, Leeds winning, Forest drawing, you losing. I think this week, the weekend's just gone, was such a fucking calamity for you. And I think your run of fixtures are a lot harder than most of the other teams around you.
Obviously, you got
like you got Brighton who are doing well.
Yeah.
Wolves seem to be playing fucking good.
Yeah. I mean, Wolves are probably relegated by the point.
Well, they ain't lost in 6. Well, they've only lost one game in 6, and that was against Arsenal, and they played quite well against them as well. And they're fighting. They want to get a European place, and then you've got Wolves. Well, you should really, on paper, be beating Wolves, but you drew with them.
And last minute goal of 2.
They drew. Was it 2-2 at the start of the season, or 1-1?
It was 1-1.
I think it was just. The thing for me was it was a bit. We drew with Liverpool, which I thought was a good result considering.
Yeah, because you said to me after that you thought that was the turn of it.
It was that, and then we played Atletico Madrid. I know they rested 1 or 2 players, but it was still a good. I thought it was a good performance from us. And then you think, and then we're going into Nottingham Forest, and it was like, right, there's this buzz now that everybody was raring for it. We had like a parade.
All the fans.
Fuck knows what that was about. But I think it was more, let's just get behind them, and I think the momentum was there at home. Everything was it was a good feeling, and then
it's gone down like a fucking.
But I think that's the bottom. You lost the head-to-heads. You lost to West Ham at home.
But what I think is
it's the teams that are down there. You got to compare against.
Arsenal bottling the quadruple, and then England win the World Cup, and I won't care, will I?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want you to name who will get relegated. However, how many points do you think that team in 18th will end up on?
Do you know what? What do you want now? 39.
Wouldn't you see? Within that, it used
Spurs are on 30
points.
39.
Do you remember years ago?
Are they on 39? No, sorry. Yeah, 30 points. I'm thinking
32. I think.
Leeds are on 36.
Leeds are on 36. West Ham 33. Forest 33.
So we're about 30, 31. Do you remember? Am I misremembering this, or like? So when Blackpool, I'm thinking around about then when they're in the Premier League, wasn't it a thing like 30 points when you were safe? Was it
40?
Was it 40?
40 is usually
No, I know it's gone up, but I had in my head it was 30.
Yeah, because West Brom stayed up under 40, didn't they?
This is what the reason why I say because I'm
from Christmas.
Because you'd think Leeds next 2 games they're probably going to draw with Bournemouth and beat Wolves. That'll put them on 40 points. Usually that'll be safe, but now I'm thinking. Could it be safe? Because if West Ham win the next 3, Forest win the next 3, you win the next 3.
Do you know what the thing is? There's this thing, right, and I think it always happens, I suppose, with Tottenham. It's like Tottenham are that team that even though no one's got a reason to hate them, they hate them. Do you know what I mean? In the Premier League.
I mean, it's obviously this is the thing. Yeah, it's been banter up to now, hasn't it? In terms of Spurs are going to get relegated.
But what I mean is,
now it's genuinely like a reality that it could happen.
No, it is a reality. But what I'm saying is like there's this thing of. Everyone go, oh, wow, that's it now. Leeds have won a game, and Nottingham Forest have won a game, and West Ham won a game. That's it. Use a fuck now because they've got so much momentum. Whereas before, you'd just be thinking, like, you wouldn't normally think that. In previous seasons, you wouldn't be sitting there thinking, oh, they've all won one game. That's it now. They're all going to keep winning games. I think Tottenham are going to keep losing games.
I think what makes it more real.
Well, I think performance matters. Like West Ham's performance recently has been really good. Leeds' performance, especially against the so-called bigger teams, have been really good.
They haven't won a game in the Premier League this year.
Yeah.
That's scary.
No. I'm not arguing that. But what I'm saying is, it's more of because Tottenham, because we're in there, it's a thing of right, everyone else is doing so fantastic now, and they're all going to keep running away, and we're just going to get further and further and further. If Ipswich won a game last season, you wouldn't have gone, oh fuck, Ipswich are on a run now. You'd be thinking Ipswich have got a one. Yeah, they've won a game. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like if Burnley win, if Burnley win at the weekend, you're not going to think fuck. That's it now. Burnley are on a roll. They're playing really well.
You want to? Nah, I get that, but I think it's more of the consistency of the performances.
Nottingham Forest.
If you look at the
shit.
performances,
they spanked us, right, and then they got a draw, and it's like Nottingham Forest are running away with it. No, they're not. They're still shit.
No, but
West Ham. I'll give it West Ham because West Ham are performing.
Can I just say over Christmas, just after Christmas, when Wolves started picking up a couple of results, like that, it started after the Man U draw. People was actually talking about Wolves staying up. They was.
No,
people were.
No, because I had
they were, but that was on that mad
they just showed a bit of fight.
That's what I mean. So you see that, and then you assume. No. Honestly,
I had this conversation with you. I said, when you look at the fixtures they've got left, you think maybe, but no, they were down. They were down. No one.
I'm not saying me personally, but I'm on about.
Realistically looked at.
But I'm just going off what you said. But people, when they have them sort of performances, they do say them things.
Drew with Arsenal, and I think even just from what's the manager, Edwards, from his point of view, that would have been what he wanted to see. He probably thought going in, we're going to get relegated, but as long as his team are fighting for him and playing for him, then that's probably the main thing.
Yeah.
And I think
going off that glory thing, because he's a Wolves boy as well. Imagine taking them and saving them. He's done remarkable.
To be fair, I mean, obviously look at Borough now. Obviously, Borough's fell off a bit, haven't they? But it would have been in Borough going up and then Wolves going down. But now it's like I think he made the right decision regardless, because then he's close to the family.
It's a team as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Boyle club.
Yeah, but speaking obviously showing fight, I think this is what we've seen so far from West Ham recently. The showing fight, we've seen it from Leeds showing fight. I think we yet to see it from Tottenham, to be honest. It still could be coming. You never know. I think it only takes 1 or 2 games. Like, let's say Tottenham win the next 2 games, it all of a sudden looks very different, doesn't it? But same way they could draw the next 2 games, and if West Ham, Leeds, Forest will win, then it's like, oh shit.
Well, that's the problem, innit?
He's got a fucking job on his hands.
Yeah. That's the problem, innit? Because like I've said to you, what's been happening is we get a point, and then everyone else gets a point. We lose, they all lose. This has been the first time that I can remember where it's been a case of we lose and everyone else wins. Yeah. And this is what I'm trying to say. We lose, everyone else wins, and everyone's like, right, Tottenham fucked it now, they're gonna run away with it. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're still gonna lose. Nottingham Forest, we're shit. We are the worst team in the league. Easy. But Nottingham Forest are still shit. West Ham, I still think they'll drop a lot of points because they're just and then Leeds, I'm hoping drop points.
I think Leeds are.
I'm hoping it's the same what you're saying about Nottingham Forest in the Europa League.
I think the highest points the team had in terms of getting relegated, I think it was West Ham. I think they got 42 points, then got relegated on 42 points. So they got 42 points, they got relegated. I think that's the highest it's been. So that's why I talk about Leeds. If they get to that 40 points, is that going to be enough?
But if you're that fat cunt and your team's in a Marinakis. And
I was thinking, is he calling?
And you're in the they're in the semi-final against Porto. What are you prioritising? Because you can't do both. Realistically, you can't do both. You can't be in a relegation scrap.
Well, then we've got Villa in the semi-final, and you just have to take it game by game. I think.
But that's what
if I'm choosing one, you probably want to win it. To be fair, you'd want to win the cup.
We did it last season, where it was like this thing, weren't it, where we knew it.
But it was the same. It was Man United and Spurs in the same position, really, weren't they? Same position in the league.
We both knew that we weren't going to get relegated. So
and it's only by chance there was 3 terrible teams that were getting relegated. You know what I mean? So now it's almost like Spurs have rolled the dice twice, and they've just done the same again, really, haven't they?
I'm just looking at this now quickly. In the last, if the season was to start 10 games ago, so the last 10 games points accumulated. So you got Tottenham bottom of the league with 3, then Burnley with 6, Wolves with 9. And then you got Newcastle 9, Leeds 11, Forest 11, and then you got West Ham all the way up in 7th with 15 points from 10 games. West Ham are on a good little charge, mate. And then the next, Burnley and Wolves were below you, and then you got Newcastle and even Leeds.
Yeah, but who West Ham got to play?
Yeah, I think that's important to look at the fixtures.
That's the thing. It's all going to why you're saying that, but
it's the thing. I think
so
when
West Ham have got Crystal Palace away, Everton at home, Brentford away.
So I don't think they beat Everton.
And Leeds.
I don't think they beat Everton. I don't think they beat Brentford.
I don't
think they beat Everton. Yeah, I don't think they beat Brentford. I don't think they beat West Ham. Leeds, Do you
You
know what I mean?
that,
So,
but you would have said that about United the other night. You would have said that Man
Yeah,
United.
I'm
would
just-
have
I'm
been-
saying
that's
I
why you
don't-
can't
I'm
really
just
predict
saying I
it,
don't
but you
think
can
it.
compare the fixtures then just because it's like Arsenal. No, sorry, it's like for Tottenham. Brighton is a tough game regardless.
yeah,
They
yeah.
beat
what I
Brentford
mean.
as well in the cup.
Wolves should be an easy game, but
every
it's
game
not
for
that
Tottenham's
simple,
a
is
tough
it?
game. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh no, listen.
It's like you got Everton last game of the season.
Look, we just go down and then it's one of these things. We'll go down and we'll have a good season in Championship and come back up.
Yeah.
Would you? Okay, so
Yeah, that's the other question. So if Tottenham get relegated, do you think you'll win it, blitz it, come straight back up? Yeah.
what
Do you
player?
not-
Are you,
do you not-
Are
do
you
you not-
100% confident?
do
You
you
put all
not-
your eggs in that basket.
Okay, could
Do
you?
you not-
I'm just
it
going
depends
off
who
like
you're
say
signing,
Aston
'cause-
Villa. Like
I think you've got to be realistic and say half the
from
team are
3
gone then.
seasons.
But I think Tottenham in the Championship is a draw. Do you know what I mean? Like, who's not going to want to play for Tottenham in the Championship?
Also,
Other than teams that can play.
I get it, but
can I just say
would you,
also-
rather, would you rather play for Tottenham in the Championship?
yeah,
or-
I get that. You got that pull. You have that magnet to pull.
But then are
players.
you signing
But
Premier League caliber players, Championship caliber players? Like,
I think we can.
do you know
I don't know.
every team?
I'm not
pretty,
to say-
I'm
not to
pretty
think you
certain
can-
half of the players are gone based on just what wages are on alone. That's not sustainable.
No, but this is the thing to him. Apparently, because it's Levy, all of our other than Conor Gallagher, all of our transfers and contracts were done under Levy. And apparently, I've seen this thing, and it's like Romero's on 195. If we get relegated, it drops down to like 80 grand.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So everybody's
Yeah.
drops down.
Well, I
Also,
think he's gone anyway. He'd go. Let's
And
go
I think the
Madrid. I'm
size of
pretty
the stadium, I
certain
think
of
we'll
that.
still sell out the stadium. Do you know, and the thing is that keeps us going, which is
the NFL games and stuff.
NFL
yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Beyonce's not going to want to not perform at Tottenham Stadium just because we're in the Championship. Tyson Fury's not going to want to box at Tottenham Stadium because
No,
we're
I
in the
get that.
Championship.
No,
So and that will count. But that all counts towards.
That gives Blues hope then when we got our stadium.
But that counts towards our revenue, doesn't it? That's what's
Yeah.
there. NFL
Apart from
games.
the money side of things, though, what you just said that you think you'll go back up, don't you think that teams will go there treating it as a cup final game? So it's like a stage for them, isn't it? So they know Tottenham are going to be on TV pretty much every fucking
Don't
week.
get me wrong. We've got
Teams are going to be going there
Don't get me
and
wrong.
giving it all they
You've
fucking
got-
got.
we've got
Blues had it
recruit-
when we went down into League One.
But you got a lot of.
We had tough games.
You've got a lot. If we get relegated, you've got a lot of players that I don't think won't go. So you got Dan. I don't think Danso leaves.
Archie Gray won't leave.
Archie Gray
Bergvall,
won't leave.
I don't know.
Bergvall.
You've
I
got a
don't
chance
know.
of keeping all of the
Spence
younger
goes.
players, but anyone that
Spence
wants
will
to
go.
genuinely play for
Solanke-
England or things
Solanke-
like that.
Solanke.
Spence will go. I think your back four go.
If I think it depends. Like you got to look at Juventus when they had their points thing, right?
No,
but the-
Buffon stayed.
That's
Piero
it. So
stayed.
if you believe in the project and you believe that,
But most of them left.
because you'd be able to negotiate in your contract, right? I'll stay, drop my wage down, and then if it's not too much of a dip, like someone like Spence, who's probably going to lose, let's say, 15 grand a week.
He ain't staying.
But no, but I'm just saying as an example,
Yeah.
and you believe in the project, and you're like, right, we'll go down and just come straight back up. They're all leaving. Let's be honest, they're all money hungry.
I think
think
most of the first team players will end up leaving.
Yeah,
I think you got a better
100%.
chance of just starting.
There'll be
fresh,
somewhere
getting
they've
players in.
just got on loan
But-
for the
But is it a case of because of how badly they've been performing? Who's like you assume that they'll want to leave, but people
I
have got to
think
want to sign them.
I think
To a degree,
teams will
but-
look at it
but
like
at
a
a
poison
discount
chalice.
price they
though.
would though. Like Van de Ven, for example, someone's still going to want him, no matter how bad he's going.
He'll still go to the likes of Barcelona or something like that. I can see, 100%. They're looking at the
I
club
want
as a
him-
whole
I
as a
want him
poison
gone.
chalice, not the player.
I think they're all going.
That Hamburg lad that you
Vuskovic.
like, he'll come back.
No.
playing in the Championship.
I think you'd have to loan him out
no.
again.
No chance. I'll put money on that. He'll be loaned out again, or they'll sell him.
No, because he said he wants to come back to Tottenham.
He don't want to play in the Championship.
I think you'd be lucky to keep Archie Gray. You probably have to give
Yeah.
up. Probably give him the
Tottenham-
captain's armband or something.
Just
Just to let him stay.
Yeah, just about to say that. Yeah.
And a lot of them you have to promise to if we don't go up then you can leave. And then that's it.
Look, you don't.
Even you'll have Kinski in goal because
They
Vicario
could listen.
won't
They
stay.
could listen. No, Vicario's leaving anyway. So, you know, there. You imagine they're having these.
bruv. It's not looking good.
I'm gutted that Vicario's leaving.
I'm on about as a whole. Or
But they'll be. I imagine they're having these conversations anyway. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? And they're saying, look, this is what's going to happen, and some of them are going, look, we'll stay, we'll go. Like you got to be realistic in this.
But do you think there's a notion now then where there's some of them players where they're thinking, oh, if we stay up, I've got to stay at Tottenham?
No, because I think what.
Because let's face it, if
From
you
a-
get relegated, they know they're going to
But
leave.
from a fan's point of view, I think that in your head you think right, stay up, and then just get rid of the deadwood anyway. The ones that have, the ones that have through because you can tell that half of them are scared to be in a team to be a relegated Premier League football.
Because I feel like they're in a position where they didn't expect.
So they're
It's
scared,
coming to
exactly.
Tottenham for that, yeah.
Exactly. So they're scared, and the other half are throwing the towel. So I think the ones that are throwing the towel, Van de Ven, Don't get me wrong, fantastic
you don't wanna be
footballer,
there.
but you don't want to be there. So
You don't wanna be there
I'm
at all.
I'm one of the people of the opinion with any football club, not just Tottenham. If you don't want to be in a football club, don't be in a football club because you're not going to play well. No, you can't.
Can I just ask you who you think will go and who you think will stay? Right? I'm not going to name the whole fucking Tottenham squad. I'm just going off the.
Vicario goes, Porro goes, Romero goes, Van der Ven goes.
I'm just you say.
Doggy.
You say stay or go. Yeah. So Solanke, do you think he'll stay or do you think he'll go?
Oh, I don't know. He's done Championship.
I think he'll go.
Yeah, I think he'll go. Richarlison,
There you go.
Bergvall.
He'll stay.
He could probably stay. Maybe.
Well, Mioni's on loan, so they don't count. Gunnar Gallagher,
He'll go.
Yeah.
Archie Gray.
He'll stay.
I think he'll
probably
stay. Udogi,
He'll go.
He'll go. Yeah.
Van der Ven,
Go.
Gone.
Romero,
Gone.
Porro,
Gone.
Kinski,
Stay.
Polina's on loan. Chapisar,
Stay.
Yeah,
Tau,
I think he might stay, you know.
Stay. I
Probably
reckon he'll
stay.
stay.
Danso,
Stay.
Simmons.
He'll go.
Go.
Gone.
Okay, so out of all of them,
And then you've got Odegaard who's injured. I reckon.
I
He'll
reckon
stay.
stay, yeah.
He'd stay.
Yeah.
Madison will
Kudus.
go.
Yeah, I think all the young players.
Kulusevski.
There's a good chance keeping the young players, I think.
No,
Kulusevski, depends what's wrong with
Kulusevski
Kulusevski.
yeah,
can't
because
even fucking run at the moment.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. So Kulusevski,
He
he
potentially
might
might
be
stay,
stuck.
yeah.
So
And then
you've
Kudus-
got about
Kudus
4
will
or
go.
5 players, not even that, out of the whole team. That's,
But then you've got
that's a
your
big
Mikey Moores,
rebuild, man. That's a
Will
massive
Lancashire and all that.
rebuild.
Who
The
will
thing
come
is,
into the
again,
team.
so look at Villa when Villa got relegated, or
3
Newcastle.
seasons it took
or
Villa to get back up.
I'm not on about that. Right, Villa when they got
Same.
relegated, Newcastle when they got relegated, they didn't. All of their players didn't just fuck off.
Yeah.
They still had a lot of their players there. It's not as easy as going right. Well, I want to go. Well, you can go if someone wants you.
A lot of their players didn't win a cup
Madison
a
will
year
just,
before, though.
Madison will just be coming back from an ACL. Tottenham aren't known as a team that's, like you say, they get over bargain price. They're not going to turn over and go, right, because we've been relegated, you can have Madison for 5 mil. It doesn't work like that.
No, I get that.
Madison's just come back from an ACL. He might not be able to.
You've got the
And
money to
Tottenham-
support the
and we-
wages as well, but
and
it's all
exactly,
financial fair play as well.
So
You've got to keep in mind.
financial, but we've got that with everything that goes on at the stadium, and also with the fact that we're losing so much. It might be a case of going Madison. Madison's wage drops from 150. Let's say I don't know how much he's on, but his wage drops from 150 to 70k, which is doable. And it might be a case
Well,
of
don't you
going,
think that's a bit of an injustice because he hasn't even played this season.
Yeah.
He's not the one that got
I'm just
relegated,
using,
and now he's
I'm
going
just using him as an example.
Yeah.
Dominic Solanke, let's say he's on 100k,
Yeah.
and if we get relegated, he drops down to 60k, and someone comes in and goes, "We'll give you 7 million for him." Well, no, he's under contract. We don't have to sell him. You don't meet our valuation, then no.
That
So-
might be a problem though, because the player might want to leave if he's being offered more money elsewhere, and he's being told no. Is he going to want to go out and play for the shirt, especially after?
I
what's
don't
just
think they
happened?
signed to play
But
for
then they-
Tottenham.
You've
to
got to be
relegated.
careful because the mental
exactly.
side of the
But,
player.
yeah, exactly. Understandably,
Both
yeah. But
things.
at the same time, if he's walking around, he's just kicking it, and you still got to make yourself appealing.
Look at Isak, mate. He wanted to push.
You got to
the lead.
say
He
you got to
did
make
play.
yourself appealing, haven't you?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to make
And I don't
yourself
think
look
that you wouldn't be a case of saying he goes for 7 mil, but maybe he goes for 25 mil.
But my point I'm trying to make is players will go, understandably, because there'll be players that can get a lot of money. Van der Ven, like you say, will get a lot of money. Christian Romero probably Atletico will probably pay like a 30 million for him. Could pull money in. What I'm saying is, I don't think Tottenham will be in a position where we'll go, "Oh, I've been relegated. To be fair, fuck yeah, what you want Bergwijn for 2 mil? Well, I've got no choice. You
Yeah,
want
no,
Bergwijn, mate.
and I don't think that would. I don't necessarily think that's the case either.
And the fact that because
Yeah.
the salary drops, it's not like with Leicester when Leicester had to carry on playing all their players because they didn't have
Yeah.
that. From what I'm aware, I don't know how Conor Gallagher fits in because he's the only one. But Levy's savvy, isn't he? He's 100%. He's 100% said if we get relegated, this is what's going. Because when he signed all these players, Romero, Van der Ven, it was never a possibility. So people will be going, "Yeah, we'll sign that. Yeah, not a problem." And then it's like, "That's fuck."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because
You'd
the
think
full
that alone
relegation
is enough
will get
Probably
motivation
what
to
they're,
stay
probably
up
what they're
there.
scared because they're all going to get all the wages cut in half.
Yeah. I do think a lot of them
And like I say again,
haven't got the heart, and that's
they
the
want-
problem with why they are where they are now. Because it's like, do you know what? Fuck it. I can just go. I'll just play out and.
And I
I'll
think
leave at
I
the
could
end of the
be
season.
naive in thinking this, but I think there'll be a lot of players that are like mid to low Premier League that would still play for a Tottenham in the
100%.
Championship.
100%.
Yeah, no, definitely they would.
I'm not saying we're pulling in Champions League players.
Yeah.
but-
No, but you'll have
And if you
do
invest,
have that pool.
if you invest wise,
But okay, so let's say Tottenham get relegated, and then they do obviously then end up having a good enough squad to then get promoted again. It's like, how do you see it then coming back into the Prem? Because it's hard as then say come back to
You've
the
got a
Premier
championship.
League
You've got a good championship squad there.
and then just again be Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Who should be
Yeah.
a top 16?
You don't want to be a
16.
yo-yo club. do you
It's
know what I
hard
mean?
to see them turning into that. Like it would be a case of then maybe then they're a mid-table team and then they go for European places. That's a long
I-
process. You know what I mean?
but the thing is, again, with drawing on Aston Villa and Newcastle.
Yeah.
You know, these are because the size of the club. You can when you're in the Premier League, as a Newcastle and a Villa and as a Tottenham, you can draw in because you're still that big club. So players do want to play for these big clubs.
Yeah.
Opposed to if Blackpool get promoted, you're Blackpool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's such thing as culture though, and
I don't think Cov are going to pull in loads of massive names.
Yeah, I don't
think they'll get Maddison.
They could potentially get Maddison on loan.
On loan.
That would work, wouldn't it?
I can see that.
Makes sense to all parties.
If they pay his wage.
Massive fan. I can actually definitely see that happening if that guy. If you was to go down, I genuinely would see that. I could. Because don't forget, after these players as well, they're going to want to play international football.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
And
Yeah,
they wanna
so like
be
Sri Lanka,
considered
we
in
think
the
he can
squad.
play for England. Dead Schwentz think he can play for England.
They're going to look at him, are they?
100%. But I think that he's with Tottenham. I don't know how it works now. With Levy's not there. I don't know how savvy this new geezer is, but you know we're not in. Tottenham have never been known to be a selling club, are they? Look at Modric, look at Bale. All these big signings that have gone. It's been on our terms. Kane, it was been on. You know, it doesn't work like that. So I think that. A lot of players will go, the ones that will pull, but like you say, your Bergvalls, your Greys, Solankis, you know, all these players that aren't necessarily going to pull a big club that are going to come and pay big money for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If like you say, if a fucking, I don't know, let's say a Crystal Palace come in and go, we'll give you 30 million for Solanke, and 30 million is not your valuation, it's miles off it, then you're going to turn around and go, well, no, we don't need to, because his wage gets cut by half, so we're only going to have to pay him 30k a week, and we can easily afford that.
Yeah, it'd be hard to try and justify paying that for a player who's just got relegated as well.
And you've got to play, like you say, are they going to play for the shirt? Well, don't play for the shirt then. And these teams, you know, if you're in the Championship, feeling sorry for yourself, are teams then going to want to come in and still take that chance on you?
Exactly.
Where do you think things went wrong then this season? Because let's say last season was an absolute shit show.
I think this has been in the making because.
Well, this is what I mean. It was a shit show last season,
well.
but then you'd think then you won Europa League. It's a chance for like, oh, let's forget about that. Let's kick on, and it just hasn't happened.
I don't.
It's like now. Let's say you stay up.
I don't know because we didn't start too badly under.
Yeah,
Frank.
exactly. Yeah, it was a good start, wasn't it?
We're in the Champions League spot for a bit,
Yeah.
and then our home form was terrible, but we had the best away record in the league, and then I think. I think it's because injuries. When you've got so many injuries, and it's not just a case of. And I've always said I don't want to be that fan that's like, well, we've got so many injuries, but when all your first team players are injured, you know what I mean? Van der Ven, Romero, you know, Pedro Porro's out then, and Doggy's out, you know, and
Richarlison was out for a bit.
Richarlison was out. Do you know what I mean? Solanke was out. Kudus is injured. Kulusevski's been injured. James Maddison from the start of the season. Like at one point, you said to me, and I heard it, that they said that Tottenham, after Kinski got injured in a warm up,
could field a strong 11.
So we could field a full first team 11 with all our injuries.
With a few subs as well.
And it's like I think that because what it then is. Normally, a team will have their 11. That's your 11, and that's it. And then you obviously, but when you haven't got a basic starting 11, because everyone's getting injured, it's getting chopped and chained. You can't. I know you're the same team, but do you know what I mean? It's. I think that's. I don't know how to. I don't want to say they don't gel together because they're part of the same team.
Yeah.
But it's
hard to bring a player back in as well because your position.
I mean, Man United was similar last season. They had loads of injuries, and then. Obviously, you got to add context to what's going on, haven't you?
But then Man United recruited well. That's the difference.
Yeah, they've done all right once they've done so well, though. I think getting rid of Amarim was a big help for him.
Yeah.
I don't think he had the dressing room. Definitely, obviously, after what happened with Rashford. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Apparently, as well, one of the things, I don't know how true it is, but apparently, one of the problems was Thomas Frank was just talking about Arsenal's on. Arsenal this and Arsenal that. Look how Arsenal are doing. And I think apparently Tottenham players were just like, mate, fuck you, shut up about Arsenal.
Can I ask, do you think if you sack Frank, you'd be in the relegation zone?
We did frack Frank. We are in the relegation zone.
No, if you didn't.
No, if you kept him.
If you kept him, sorry, I thought I said didn't.
No,
if you didn't sack him, would you be?
Things weren't improving, were they?
I know, but when Tudor come in, he didn't fucking win a game. I think Frank would have at least won one or two of them. You wouldn't be in. I don't think you'd be in the relegation zone. Don't get me wrong, you wouldn't be doing very well. I don't think you'd be in this.
The problem is with football.
This is actually going to fucking happen.
Football, you can't be in that sort of form and then just keep going and going. Look, we'll stick it out. something's not right. And unfortunately, you can't just sack all the players and get a new bunch of players in.
Yeah.
So what it turns out is like, look, it's not working, so we need to change direction. And the only way we can change direction is fuck you off and all your staff, and get a new load in, because that's how it works. I don't think De Zerbi's the one. I think we struggle so badly defensively, and he's such an attacking
minded. Yeah, direct now.
But let's say he does keep you up, then next season, would you then see next season as like another restart then, and actually maybe we can now kick on next season?
Yeah, well, you'd like to think so. I want to say yes. I'm going to sit here and say yes, but you can't. But yeah, it's just, I don't know of him, because he's very much sit back, win the ball, counter.
Yeah.
And I feel like with what I said to you with our midfield problem, you need
good holding midfield.
You need good holding midfield. That if that counter does fuck up, then you've got, you know what I mean, you've got them there to anchor it. Whereas
because I think even if you stay up, I feel like there still needs to be an overhaul.
If you're
in
on the
terms
attack,
of the squad.
you're on the counter, you're on the attack, and then there's that fucking gaping hole, and then they counter you. You're just gonna.
That's why Arsenal have been doing it so well, because they've had Rice and Zubimendi holding back when they go on the attack, one pushing forward depending on which wing, and I think that's why they've been boring as well, because it's all been congested in the middle. Whereas like with De Zerbi, when he was at Brighton, it was very open, direct football, but you conceded a lot of goals as well because he doesn't play with two holding midfielders normally. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So if you do stay up, I think you'll have to fucking invest a lot of money in some good fucking defenders.
Well, I think that you sell, like I say, you sell Ribeiro, you sell Van der Ven. So there you go. There's money from them too straight away. You just reinvest in that.
Yeah, they will come in and probably start. Yeah.
I don't mind Danso. Don't get me wrong. He's not fantastic, but he's okay, and he seems like he wants to play. Do you know what I mean? He's not one of these players that's throwing the towel in. He does seem like he wants to give it a go, which is what you want in a relegation game. You want to see your players like going for it, wanting to give it a go, wanting to win games.
Yeah.
So when you're watching them and they just look like, it's like, oh my god, just fucking pull your finger out.
Yeah, I get you.
I don't understand what I don't understand what Conor Gallagher's doing. Is he just existing?
I feel sorry for him because he weren't match fit at Atletico. They've come out and they've stuck him on the wing. They've played him in the midfield in a completely different position to what he normally is. Now he's being made a scapegoat because he was meant to be the one that brought in, give him a lot of money.
No, he's not a scapegoat. I don't think of that. But I don't understand why he's playing the wing. But the game against Sunderland, he wasn't on the wing. He was in midfield in that sort of slightly more attacking position, which is his position, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it was just like it was.
In all fairness,
was he even on the pitch?
In all fairness to Conor Gallagher, I know he's played for England and whatnot, but he was playing for West Brom and Palace, and he was looking good because, to be fair, he's a good player. But when he went to Chelsea, you can see why they got rid of him, and they were happy enough to let him go. And no other Premier League club was really clawing at the chance to get him. I don't think he's as good as what people make out for him to be.
No, I know, but you still expect something, don't you?
Well, yeah, 100% when you're paying that money, you expect a lot. It's always the players that you pay a lot of money for that always seem to fuck up. Do you know what I mean? Look at Anthony when he went to Man United.
And the thing is, I'm pointing at him because I've pointed the fingers at players. Spoke to you about it. This is one. Well, he's just a new one, isn't he? He's back from injury. He's someone new to point my finger at and say, "Fucking, you're not doing good enough."
Well, just to wrap this up, who do you think is going to be in the bottom three? So I think Wolves is gone.
Obviously, Wolves are gone. Burnley are gone. It's so hard to call, man. I think based on the fixtures that are left, in terms of obviously head to heads, it is dependent on obviously Forest with Europa League.
Just say Tottenham.
Leeds.
No, go on. I want to know who
with the FA Cup.
Depending on.
Well, I think based on momentum, based on recent form, I think currently it is going to be Tottenham, isn't it? And I feel like this is the first time you can realistically say it. I think before
after
this week,
weekend,
before this week, you could not say realistically Tottenham were going down.
Yeah.
And it was hard to believe, but I feel like it's the first time
it seemed real.
I believe it. I think the first time they believe it as a club. Maybe the fact that they believe in it as a club might be what it takes to get out of it. Because previously they're probably thinking, well, we're too big to go down. It's not going to happen. But now you're in a position where, oh shit, actually,
what do we do now? Yeah.
It might happen. That could be enough.
The thing is, Tottenham. I mean, I know obviously we've seen a bit of, well, I say success, but we've been top 6 club and all that nonsense. But prior to that, prior to Harry Redknapp coming, Tottenham weren't exactly like a top of the table
Yeah.
European club.
No.
But the expectation is that now, though, isn't it?
It is, of course it is.
And I think that's the problem. Like, even next season,
I'm
if
just
you stay up next season, you're going to be thinking, we can get Europe.
I'm just clutching at straws.
Yeah.
Who do you think's bottom three?
I thought prior to the win,
Realistically.
prior to the game on Monday, I did think it might have been Leeds. You know, I did. I'm not going to sit. As a fan, I can't. What sort of fan's going to sit there and say, "Oh, I think we'll go down"? So
An honest one.
I'm not going to say it though. So I think obviously Wolves, Burnley, obviously.
What? Tell me with your heart and then tell me with your head. What's your heart and your head say? Give me two different ones.
Listen, what I want West Ham to go down,
Yeah.
but then obviously now I'd say, like you say, Nottingham Forest. I think that they'll probably with Europa, if they carry on going well in Europa, then
It is bound to the factor of games and how many they've got to play. I personally think it's obviously Wolves, Burnley. I genuinely, only because of this weekend and I'm watching the Leeds, I do think Tottenham are gone now.
But I think whoever goes down, they're going to get a minimum of 40 points, I think.
Yeah. If
Because and that's if Tottenham are going to be fighting. If they do fight, they're going to reach 40 points. But is that going to be enough? Is it too late? And the big thing is the head-to-heads, particularly the one against Leeds, for example. Obviously, West Ham. West Ham playing Leeds.
Yeah, we've got Leeds. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The thing with Leeds is they've got teams in the relegation battle.
the thing is as well, they've got players that know how to get out of a relegation battle as well. That mentality, and that can come so fucking good to a team, you know, that have been there before and they believe that they've done it and they've got out of it. Whereas Tottenham haven't had that ever, where they've like, fuck, we're in dire straits here. And they've got managers like Farke, who's obviously been with Norwich. He knows how it goes, and he would learn his lessons. So the only thing is,
I've just got over these two teams.
That's why teams normally start winning games at the bottom of the season.
That last game of the season is Leeds against West Ham, yeah. West Ham home to Leeds.
Yeah, and then you got Everton.
And Everton against Tottenham. I don't know who Forest have got.
The thing is, I know it's easier said than done, but it only takes 2 wins to change everything.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it really does. Yeah,
just like Leeds now. Leeds have drew their last 2 games 0-0, and now they've just
they're
won.
only 3 points ahead of us. You know what I mean? So that was it. Everybody was in around it. So
same West Ham. I mean, look at January. Start of January, you were 12 points ahead of West Ham.
But this is the thing with the relegation scrap with teams in the relegation is that everyone's looking at it like everyone's going to keep winning points, and that's not necessarily the case. Leeds might lose the next 3 games. West Ham might lose the next 3 games. We might lose the next 3. You know, everyone might lose the next 3 games.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's easy to look at fixtures and go, oh yeah, we win that. We draw that. We win that.
Exactly.
But you got to still got to play them. You know what I mean?
This happens in any competition. I mean, look at last night. Portsmouth beat second place Ipswich. When you're down there, you've got more fight to stay up than you have to go up. I always stick by that.
You say that, but Southampton beat Blackburn.
But I think all the
I always see teams around the bottom that do so.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not. But the
big thing can make me mention.
They're all fighting. Let's look at Southampton's record as well.
The problem is but the thing is like you say, West Ham have got teams that are in and around Europe that want Europe. Brentford will want Europe. Everton will want Europe.
I think that's more of a banana skin for them.
And with the end of the extra Champions League space, that drops down an extra. You know what I mean? So
I think that's an extra. I think it's a banana stick. Though.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's
them
the
games
same.
are like banana sticks.
A Brentford and an Everton getting into Europe is, especially Brentford. Do you know what I mean?
I think they beat West Ham in that game. In fact, I looked at the fixtures and I think comparing the fixtures, adding up to what I can only assume with teams going to win or not.
And I don't think
based on that, that's why I say Tottenham, because I don't know if they do pick up enough points compared to the other teams.
I don't know if I know we haven't. I don't think we have anyway. I don't know about the other teams, but I don't think we've got anybody. I don't think they've got there's no Man Cities or Liverpools or Arsenals. I think West Ham have got Arsenal, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got Arsenal.
So other than West Ham and Arsenal, I don't know. I haven't seen the fixture that well. But I don't think they've got teams in and, you know, like you say, Portsmouth, Ipswich, sort of distance.
Yeah, you haven't got anyone in the top.
You've got and you've got, like you say, you've got Brentford. Like I say, if you come against Brentford are going to want to win because they're going to want to push for Europe. Everton's going to want to push for Europe. All these teams.
You've got Aston Villa and Chelsea.
Who we have?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
And Chelsea
and both for a while as well.
I'm not.
Chelsea won.
I'm not openly worried about Chelsea.
Are you not?
No.
I wouldn't
they're
do
so
that.
bad.
But based on history tells that.
Yeah, but if
when did Tottenham last win away to Chelsea?
But I think it's him as a manager. It just.
You reckon?
Yeah, I just feel like it's you go down like lads, come on.
But that's the same as
history. Yeah, history says that.
But you look at Arsenal, Tottenham, and that's probably similar.
The last one was 2018 when they lost 3-1 to Tottenham.
I think with us, if we can get a win or two, that will. I mean, it will hopefully give us a.
Just
bit
got
of
to take a
motivation
game at a time, ain't you? That's it.
Exactly.
Like,
You know what, we're saying this now. You might end up losing to Brighton Wolves, but end up beating Villa and going on a mad run.
Yeah.
It's mad. And then the last few games we end up winning. You don't know. It's been one weird fucking season at that bottom half.
You're
of the
right.
table.
I don't know.
yeah, like next week it will be a different conversation anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then a week after the same. So
Yeah.
All I know is, mate, that if we get relegated, then two halves is done.
it is what.
No, it'll just be a championship.
No, it'll be a
It'll
championship.
be a
podcast.
championship podcast for a bit.
And think of all the games you can go to. There's so many clubs in the Midlands that are in Championship.
Yeah, Blues is round the corner. You can come
You
watch
go,
us
you
and
go
have
Stoke,
it at home with me. I'll
Stoke
get you
are
a
there.
ticket.
Wolves are getting relegated. West Brom might stay up.
Yeah, it'll be
No,
cheaper.
well, West Brom are getting a point deduction, aren't they?
No,
I
that
don't
won't
think
be
it'll happen
implemented
now.
this season. No way.
But yeah, look at all the away
Leicester's
days
took
you can
2
do.
years. You got Stoke up the road as well.
We'll see.
We'll see.